Welcome, my friends. It's Aaron Parker here once again for an exciting power team training. As you can see, we've got some special guests that are on with us. What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? Woo! Awesome. All right, well, I'm just going to mute you guys out really quick. You guys can stick around and stay here on screen with us. So for everybody who's watching, a couple quick things that I need to just let everybody know so we're all on the same page. We're actually streaming live in two different places. Those of you watching on YouTube, we're glad that you're here. You can actually share this video. I would not share it on Facebook. This is more of a training. So if you have any MDC affiliates on your team that would like to learn from these top producers and how they got on the global leaderboard last month, then you want to share that YouTube video with your team for affiliates only. Now, those of you on Facebook, what's up, Nathan? Those of you on Facebook, you're inside of our private Power Team Facebook group. You can't share the video because it's private. Only Power Team members will see it, but you can tag your team. So if you have any affiliates on your team that are not here with you right now, they're about to miss out big time. You want to tag them, blow them up, send them private messages, and get them to watch this video. Hopefully live, worst case, they're recording. So what's up, guys? Drop some comments. Let me see who is in the house, who's ready. Tia is ready. Annette is fired up. Awesome. So we're just going to dive right in, all right? The purpose of this training tonight is to spotlight and to congratulate the top producers on the Power Team for June last month. All of these individuals actually got in the top 100. Let me just see if I can share my screen really quick. Here we go. So, guys, give it up big time. Woo! Come on, y'all. We got Becky Lebrecht was the #1 top producer last month. You got Mike, you got Nikki, you got Flo, Aaron, and Christopher. By the way, I believe Nikki and Aaron will be joining us as well tonight. So what they're going to be doing on this training is they are going to be sharing some of their tips. Are you guys ready? They're going to be sharing some of their techniques, some of their strategies, some of what they did to be able to get on the global leaderboard. And I want everyone watching to really understand how big of a deal this truly is. We're talking about over 60,000 affiliates worldwide, over 60,000 affiliates worldwide. And these individuals got on the leaderboard. That means they are the top producers in the whole company. It's a really big deal. So we want to congratulate them. We want to give them mad props, mad congratulations, and we want to pick their brain and see what we can extract on this training from each and every one of them. So we're very excited to be here, and we are going to do this. And I'm going to actually go do this and do this because we got Flo is going first. Flo, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. So I know your cell phone battery is about to die. And I was like, just come on, just talk to us for a few minutes. And I know you've already got, dialed in, ready to go what you want to share. But I just want to really quick, Flo Daughtry, everybody give it up. Big congratulations. She got on the leaderboard last month. As all of you know, it's a really big deal. She's going to share some tips, so be ready to take some notes. But for those that don't know who you are, tell us really quick, where do you live and anything else that you can tell us about yourself?
Hey, everybody. I'm Flo Daughtry. I'm from Grande Prairie, Alberta, in Canada. I just joined this company about 7 weeks ago. Hard to believe, 7 weeks ago, and I've been on the leaderboard twice already. I'm pretty stoked. It's incredible. I've had other MLMs companies before, and nothing is not even near like how this company is. And having the top leaders to above me and all the groups and the members is just absolutely amazing how everybody helps everybody out. And how I made the leaderboard so quick in such a short amount of time. I'm very driven and I have a lot of determination. With me, I strive and I go. So a lot of the people, if you're taking tips, it's not a type of a job that you're going to sit on the couch and just wait and pray for people to come to you. You need to message everybody. I message every single person off my Facebook. Everybody, not even a couple, because guess what? I actually signed up an affiliate who I thought would never even sign up, and they did. yeah, you have to contact everybody. Same with a bunch of pre-enrollees. I've contacted them once, and then I would contact them again. If it wasn't for me contacting them again the second or third time, they wouldn't have joined. Same with customers wanting information. Follow-up's a huge, huge deal. If you don't follow up, that's where you're missing out. So I think everybody needs to know that follow-up's a huge, huge, huge. It's very, very important to do follow-ups all the time. And every single day, I'm constantly working. Anybody that I say, hey, guess what? What are you doing? This is what I'm doing now. Yeah, it's really great. So for me, I actually I worked my butt off. I worked hardcore at it. And if you're like me and you want to be like me, you got to be driven and get out of that comfort zone as well. Some people don't have that, in them, or they're quiet. Get out there. You got to get out there. Talk to people about it as well. And for me too, I'm just constantly always in touch with people. I do have a very good positive attitude too. Of course, I always say there's gonna be some of those people that are very judgmental. That's okay. Whatever. Again, shield yourself. Whatever, they can move on, and you move on and you keep going. But a huge thing for me is getting out there and talking to everybody. And I just started doing a market in town here last weekend, and it's actually going good already. I've only been there 3 times. I've sold lots of products. I've already got a couple signups as well. And so as much as you can, I think you have to be very, very creative. So be creative, like think anything you can. And like Erin has YouTube, I'm actually thinking about doing a YouTube channel myself and seeing how well that goes, and doing presentations and that. And then another thing I do is like business swap cards. Again, with other people in town, swap each other's business cards, groups as well. Host to post or post to host, where you get other people to share what you do and I share what they do. So it's all over and out. So again, it's just about being really, really being creative and thinking all different kinds of things that you can do. But another big thing is, again, like being positive as well. You've got to be positive mindset at it. That's with everybody. It's going to happen. So just because you have a bad week, a bad month, don't give up. Just do not give up. Whatever you do, you got to keep going and focus. You just got to have your focus on it as well.
Love it. I love it. Really quick, Flo. So the first thing you said was you messaged all of your Facebook friends. So I love that. And if we were to be honest, if we do a quick poll and you guys want to drop a comment, how many of you have actually taken the time to send a message to all of your Facebook friends? And the reality is that most people watching haven't done it yet. Maybe they started, but they haven't finished, and they're also not following up. Just because you send one message to someone, you can't just stop, right? Because most people are going to order, they're going to join after you follow up 2, 3, 4, 5 times. And so I noticed you talked about follow up as well. Give us really quick, what is an example of a message that when you're reaching out to all of your Facebook friends, give us a quick example of what are you sending them to open the door, to start the conversation, to get things moving?
Okay. So when I message everybody, I just say, hey, I just jumped in this new career. I really enjoyed. I've actually been in it enough now that I've actually tried the products out. I believe in the products. I believe in the company myself. I actually see a big difference in when I started to now. Do you want to learn and hear about the company? Are you interested in working part-time, full-time? If not, that's okay. Okay, would you like to try the products out? I'm looking for product testimonials as well. Actually, I'm looking for somebody who's interested just to purchase one thing off my site, to test it out for 30 days. And I just want your personal feedback on it. So it's a good way of getting customers as well, is I'm looking for product testimonials. And then as well as for the affiliates, of course, we're paid in how many different ways, weekly and monthly as well. Like, of course, a lot of people are really interested in that as well. So, and then if I don't hear back, yes, I do message. I give a few days and I message back. And then I'll message back a third time. If I don't hear anything back after like the third time, if nothing, then I'll just drop it and leave it. And if they don't, like, I'll do the emails too, because some people, it's hard to connect on Facebook. So usually I'll have to do a text or an email, but usually I just say, this is what I just jumped into. Do you want to hear more about it? It's changing my life already. I've been in a short period of time, one thing about it too, it's got great products, but it's not a company like a lot of other companies out there, like Scentsy example, or other companies that it's just everywhere. Whereas here where I'm living, it's still new and it's exposing. Nobody still knows about our products and stuff. Anybody that I talk to hasn't heard about it, hasn't heard about it. Oh, do you want to learn about it? Would you like to try some products? And then I do some promo deals, you know, like I do all kinds of draws on my page. I'll do some promo deals, contest. This is a really, really good way of getting people in and getting really interested. If you, like, I made a group. So when I make my group, I post things all the time. I'll post my pictures. I will post my feedback on it, like your own personal testimonials, but I'm also building my customers' testimonials too. And that's a big one. People want to see testimonials from you, not from the same everywhere you get it, but your own. So I've actually built my own personal testimonials from my own customers, which that right there, it's word.
I love that. That's powerful, because stories is really the key secret ingredient in this business. Whether you're talking about the business side, making money, you're talking about the products, you've got to have stories. So the more stories you can create and you can have to be able to share with people, the better you're going to do. And Flo, I know you got to run, but thank you so much for being here. And I mean, you were on the leaderboard for 2 months in a row. That's a big deal. And she's in Canada. So that means she cannot buy the CBD oil. And so for those of you in the United States, or anywhere else that can buy CBD, hashtag no excuses, because she's crushing it and she's in Canada. Woo! Gotta love it. Flo, we are excited. Congratulations. And next stop is 5K affiliate.
Yes, it is. It's coming.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And we will definitely be having you on again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye.
You're welcome. All right. And I saw a quick comment that came in about messaging. You know, the thing is, and this is the same thing that I did when I first got started, it's about massive exposures. And what did Flo say? She said as soon as she started having success, it was because she sent out messages to everyone she knows, all of her Facebook friends. Don't prejudge and be passionate, be excited, tell stories. And like Jacqueline says, I've got 1,300 followers. It would take me weeks to message them all. That's okay, right? You've just got to every day, little by little, start, do 20 a day, 30 a day, 50 a day, however many you can, and continue to follow up as well. And make sure that you've got the passion, you've got the excitement in your message, because that is what is going to really open them up to take a look at what you are doing. So with that being said, yes, Gianna knows what's up. Money is in the messenger. That is a very true statement. Love that. Okay. Next up, we've got another just coming out of the woodworks here. She is just on fire. Nikki Packer, hello.
Hey, you guys.
Give it up for Nikki. Okay? She was on the leaderboard last month. She is a firecracker. Everybody give it up for Nikki. Woo!
Hey, everybody.
So tell us, where do you live? And just a little bit about yourself, super fast.
So I live in Pocatello, Idaho. I am a single woman and just a little dog mom of 2 schnauzer boys that are spoiled brats.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, Nikki. So tell us, give us some tips, give us some suggestions, give us some strategy, the simple nuts and bolts. What did you do last month to get on the leaderboard? Talk to us.
So I had put myself in the 90-day blitz, because that's what everybody wants to do. Seems like the nice thing to do. But the thing that I found key was actually doing what it says to do in the 90-day blitz, because watching it, that's super. But if you don't do it, if you don't implement it, it really doesn't mean jack shit. I made it a point to start down my Facebook list. And like you said, I've got 1,500 friends. It takes some time, but I started at A and I just started going through, and I guess it must be the last name that starts with P, Packer. I don't do the chitty chat bullshit. I'm there for one thing. If you're on my Facebook page, we've already made a connection or you're not there. If you're offended that I reach out to you and say, hey, these products have changed my life, You know, if that offends you, you're not my tribe. It's time to go. There's other people you need to reach out to. For me, I found that key is the follow up. Who gives a crap if you reach out to 700 people in one day? If you don't follow up with that person or all those people, you are a dodo head. You wasted all your time. You wasted their time. You know, if these products are changing your life, if this business changed your life, follow up. Follow up. Because if it was really doing that, you would keep following up with them until either A, you get the no, and not like, well, I don't have any money. Well, now's not a good time. Well, I've really been burned. To me, that's not a no. That's a stepping stone to just another question. So I just continue to follow up, and I've noticed the follow up is actually, it's like 7 to 10 times before they, generally with products, 4 to 5 times if they're just wanting to try the product. But I've noticed on the business side, it's about 7 to 10 times you reach out to them when finally, okay, they're now ready to spend that 40 minutes to look at those videos. So I don't know. For me, the 90-day blitz, I mean, I'm a maniac. I always have a lot of energy. I'm always busy. So for me, it was key for me to sit down, take the time to do what was given in the 90-day blitz. I made the comment, don't be an asshole. And a lot of people thought I said ASS hole. No, I mean ask hole, ASKHOLE. And what I mean by that is we ask and ask and ask for these great mentors. We ask for all this great stuff. We get all these great videos. We get all this great training. We have this great back office. We have these great products. And to not implement all those things, to just watch, to just kind of sit in the background, you're not implementing those. You need to take part in that. So instead of just asking, be a do hole. You know what I mean? And what I mean by that is go ask the questions, get the videos, do the trainings, check out that back office, reach out to people, because you need to be about what you talk about. We need to learn to trust ourselves more. And another thing too, I've got to toot your horn, Aaron, dude. And if none of you guys have done this, he's still offering this free course. And I probably shouldn't say this, but dude, I did that call to action with Michael Burnoff. And this is probably where I'll get emotional. It's where I learned that story that brought me in here. Now it's just a story of a girl that used to be, because these products and this business, it's changed my life and it's changed who I am. So now it's just a story. It's just a story to help people understand that just give it a chance. Just give yourself a chance. And come on, if you owned a business with a building and you had employees that worked for you and you paid them per hour and you paid your insurance and you paid this and you paid that, when things got rough in, 8 months, you're not going to close up shop, right? You're going to go to everybody you know to figure out, what did they do? How come they're still in business? What are they doing? That's what we do, right? When you want to make something work, when you want something as much as you need air that you breathe, you will do whatever it takes. So if you're not doing whatever it takes, don't bitch about what you're not seeing for the work that you're not doing. Because I can assure you, I mean, look, me and Flo, we're brand new in this. This is my 3rd month in this. 3rd month, that's it. My health has changed literally 100%. I have a hard time. It's not a medical claim for me. This is pure experience. In this last year, I've been sicker than I've ever been in my life, and I'm a 4-time cancer survivor. I've done chemo. I've done all that shit. I've lost my hair. I thought I was sicker than I had ever been. And then I got diagnosed with gastroparesis, and I literally spent my time in my tub and trying to figure out how I was just going to breathe for 1 more minute. So depressed, so anxiety ridden. It was horrible. I was sick. My guts didn't work. And Tiffany and Allie reached out to me because it had changed their life, the products. And I got to toot their horn because they saved my life. And they were great leaders in the fact that they showed me what I'm doing. They did what they are asking me to do. They reached out to me. I was like, yeah, sure. Why? Because I've been in stupid MLMs. They don't work. Yeah, bullshit. Get up off your ass. Stop bullshitting yourself. Stop pretending that you're not enough, because we are enough. We're enough. That's how we got here. Stop wanting to be the person you were 3 years ago, because then you have to go through all that bullshit again just to get right here again. No. Be like an arrow, man. Just pull yourself back and boom. Are you going to have like some pullback? Maybe you're going to miss some trajectory. Who gives a shit? Go for it. Like, go for it. If you fail, who cares? We have 100 success fail rate. If we didn't, we wouldn't be 45 years old saying, hey, I'm a 4-time cancer survivor. Look, my life has changed completely. I've been paid every single Thursday since I started this. Every single Thursday.
Woo! Come on, y'all!
And just a heads up for the people who give you this bullshit that, oh, they don't have a job and they don't have the money and they don't have the time. Newsflash, I had not been working since November. I just told you I started this is my 3rd month in. Nikki, the dodo head, she used her stimulus money to buy herself in the best package and executive, because I fully intended to believe with every single thing that I had that these products were going to change my life. That Allie was telling me the truth. That Tiffany was telling me the truth, what it did for her. She wasn't lying to me. So when you go and you use these products and you tell people your experience, you're not lying. That's the best part of these products. And the best part of the company, take a look around. And if you're not seeing the best part of the company, the leadership. Have you looked at the pay? Go ahead and go and find me another multi-level marketing that the pay is like this. Come back. I'll wait. Because I'm in this for the long haul. I'm 45. I plan to retire out, be making more money than Aaron Parker every single month within 2 years. So you guys need to hang on to your hats, because my skinny little ass right here, that motherfucker is on fire. And if you guys aren't on fire, dude, friend request me. Let's be friends. Let's light your ass on fire. Get your ass in that 90-day blitz. Use the information. Because let me tell you something. Next thing you'll be doing in 30 days, you'll be a dink like me and all emotional, being like, Aaron Parker, you're the best, dude. When the truth is, hey, Nikki Packer, you're the best. You want to know why? Because you implemented what Aaron Parker said. Just implement it. You will win. You'll win. And when things get a little slow, man, last month I had like 42 people. Man, shoot. Who cares? Keep on reaching out. What are you stopping for? If you put the brakes on a freight train, how much time does it take to get going again? If you stop going to the gym when you've seen results, how long does it take to see those results again? Come on, get real with yourself. Just stop bullshitting yourself. Because at the end of the day, we're what matters. You know, Burnoff says to raise your EMCC, emotional, mental, confidence, and something else. What is it, Aaron? Oh, communication. So here's the thing. I went to this pendulum class, and she took here. I don't want you guys to see this, but here it is. She took this little thing, and so this is just, I don't know. I just am using it. She says this is a stripper pole, right? Can you guys see that? So check it out. This is how I likened in my mind. When you're trying to grow yourself and you're trying to grow a business, if it's this way, we're sitting like in the pendulum of it, right? You can go good, bad all the time. You're just always screwed up, you know, can never get your crap together. So what happens? You're just always do, never on track. Just go ahead and set it down, because if you set it down, you can grow up. You can root yourself down in something that's meaningful. So instead of staying on your pole like this and just up and down in fear and doubt, just set your stripper pole down. Set your stripper pole down and grow up. Because I'll be honest with you, if I look in my panty and there's not $50 bills, I don't want to be going like this. So I'm going to put my pole down because I want to see my bank account grow. I want to see myself grow. I want to watch others grow, because sitting like this in fear and doubt, it's not helping anybody. This world has gone to a complete shit show. One little pin light in all this darkness makes a huge difference. You guys were the pin light. So get out there and shine your light. And when people try to piss on your parade, be like a dog, dude. Just go. Just go.
I love it. And you are a light. You are a light right now for a lot of people. I don't know what a stripper pole has to do with anything, but I think I understand what you're trying to say with the pendulum. And so I love it. You know, for me, it's about energy, and you have the energy. You're giving everybody real talk right now. You're sharing your passion. You're sharing your real story that you have gone through, the struggle that you've gone through in life. And now today, the beacon of light that you are for so many people. And so I think a lot of people are inspired. If you are inspired by Nikki, drop some comments, drop some hearts right now. And by the way, she was almost not even going to get on here because she was nervous, all that kind of stuff, right?
Look at this. I am like terrified. You see me shaking? Yeah. Like, that's real.
And look, she's on here breaking through. She's like, Aaron, I'm nervous. I don't want to get on. I'm like, no. Come on. It's time to get out of our comfort zone. We're going to grow. We're going to help you grow. Yep. So, Nikki, thank you so much for being here. Congratulations on getting on the leaderboard. I know you're going for it again this month. Congratulations. You are awesome. We love you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Woo! Wow. Unbelievable. That was amazing. Good stuff. You guys are blowing up the comments. I love it. Yes, she is real. She's on fire. And I really believe that the story, guys. When you've got a story and you're passionate about where you're going, you are unstoppable. So you've got to take whatever pain, whatever frustration that you have in your life, and let that become your motivation. Let it become your focus. Let it become focus of where you're going, not where you are or where you were. It's about focusing on where you're going. So I love it. Thank you, Nikki. Incredible stuff. Everybody's inspired and absolutely loving what you shared. Next up, we've got 5K affiliate Christopher Celeste is in the house. What's up, brother?
What's going on?
All right, so you've been on here before. You've shared some incredible value. This guy right here is a 5K affiliate for several months in a row. He's on a mission for 10K. That mastermind that we had with Michael Burnoff was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love the question that you asked. It was really powerful, and I know that you had some breakthroughs on there. So last month, you hit the leaderboard. You're crushing it. You're on fire. You're kicking butt, taking names. So share with the team some of your tips. Oh, first of all, where do you live, and a little bit about yourself in case anybody doesn't know.
Sure. My name is Chris Celeste. I've been living in Phoenix, Arizona now for almost 6 years. Moved here with my wife back in 2013 so she could finish her college education. She is a chemical engineer. And moving to Phoenix, Arizona is probably one of the best things I ever did for my life. We started a family. I started to change my mindset, change my life, and became an entrepreneur. And it's been, pretty amazing journey these last 6 years. And the last 2 have been all online. So it's been, something that I never thought possible. With the doctors told me that I was going to have issues like learning and being cognitive and having communication and regulating my emotions. Like, I thought my life was over when I was 19 years old. And so to be here at 33 years old and to now be a pillar or shining light for what's possible for my children and everybody else in the veteran community, it just, it gives me a fire to do what I do. It's so awesome.
I love it, man. You got a powerful story. And again, congratulations. You're crushing it. Tell us, talk to us, give us some tips, give us, last month specifically, what I love about Chris. So the first 2 ladies that we had on here, firecrackers, they're pretty new. And a lot of times when you're brand new, you can just like attack your market like they did. Nikki and Flo doing the 90-day blitz, attack, boom, signing up a lot of people. But Chris, you've been in now for how long with MDC?
It's going to be my fourth month, yeah.
Four going on 5 months.
Yep.
So you're not brand new. And so yet still last month, boom, on the leaderboard. So what were some of the things that you did last month to make that happen?
So there were two specific things that I did. And before I do that, I just want to thank you again for that mastermind with Michael Burnoff, because things are about to go to a whole nother level, and it's going to be awesome. So I can't wait to jump on next month and share with you guys what happened there. But and a huge shout out to both Flo and Nikki, because I am fired up right now. So thank you both for jumping on and sharing. So two things that I did in the beginning of June, you hosted a training, and I'm a huge component of staying completely plugged into what's going on, right? If I'm going to win big in this company, if I'm going to win big with MDC, I need to know what MDC is doing. Especially the powerful leaders that we have who are willing to jump through hoops for us so that we can have the success they have. And so in the beginning of June, you had a training where you were talking about relaunching a business. It was you and Kathy, and you guys mentioned about just asking someone for a favor. Have you asked someone for a favor? And it blew my mind that there was an entire section of my list, an entire section of the people that I talked to who, either just said no originally to the business opportunity, or I just personally knew I wasn't going to really have a good time working with. So I never talked to them. And there was this whole section of my list that I just, had not really pursued the way that I had other people.
Everyone, please stop what you're doing. Pay attention. Christopher is sharing with you like gold right here. Because this, if you implement, like Nikki said, you can't just be here to consume the training. You've got to implement the training. He's sharing with you stuff right now that he did to get on the leaderboard last month. So please pay attention. There's people that Chris did not talk to. So everyone who's watching, are there people that you have not yet talked to about the product or the business? I'm sure there are. Chris, back to you.
Yeah, and that's important, right? Because you should talk to every single person but every single person might not be who you want to work with. So this might be the best strategy for you. So what I did was I watched that training, and they mentioned simply asking for a favor. If you're close with them, if they know you to start a business, how hard is it to ask them to do you a quick favor? And so that's what I did. I decided I was going to take that section of my list, and I was going to send them one quick, simple message that literally said only, hey, can you do, and I said their name. I'm a big component of using their first name. It just works a lot better when you're not just blasting a spam message, right? When you use someone's name, it feels more personal. So just for example, I'd be like, hey, Aaron, can you do me a favor? And I would wait. That was it. If they never got back to me, they never got back to me. That was the end of it for that.
That's the only message is, hey, Aaron, can you do me a favor? That's it.
That's it. That's all I said.
I love it.
So once someone got back to me, their name made it onto a list. And like I told you guys in previous trainings, I'm super sophisticated. My list is just a piece of paper, right? And so I wrote their name on the list, and I wrote that they engaged with me, that they were serious about, helping me out. And so the very next thing I did was I've gotten really, really good here in the last few months about saying almost nothing about what we do or how we do it, and just getting people to the website. That's all I do. And so I did the same thing here. I said, awesome, Aaron, thank you so much for getting back to me. I really appreciate your support. I'm launching a brand new business, and I'm trying to build some really powerful product testimonials. And your opinion would mean the world to me. Would you be open to taking a look at some of the products and giving me your feedback? I'll tell you right now, I probably had close to an 80% conversion rate. I had 16
Guys,
sales.
keep writing this down. This is gold.
And again, I didn't use this on my entire list because there was obviously people that I wanted to get into the opportunity. I felt I didn't want to just be product users, but there were people, right? There are people on my list that I didn't want to work with, being completely honest. I knew that it was going to take a lot more of my energy than I was willing to give. And then there was also people who I knew this product would absolutely benefit if they would just freaking use it, right? And those are the people that are reordering from me right now this month. Were the ones that were on the fence, didn't know what they wanted to do, but because I asked them to do me a favor, they tried it, and now they're not only buying it for themselves, they're finding out who in their family can they buy it for. Powerful. Word of mouth, it's spreading, and all I asked for was a favor. If they said, no, I don't want to do you a favor, I thanked them for their time and I moved on. But I didn't tell them what it was for, what the products do, or anything. I said, listen, I'm starting a new business. I've thought of you. Try these products. Give me your feedback.
Man, I thought of you. Give me your feedback. your opinion would mean the world to me. Guys, what Chris is sharing with you, I love this because this is a training. Chris, when did Kathy and I do this training? It was last month, right?
It was the beginning of June, yeah.
Yeah, so Kathy and I did a training last month, beginning of June, which is in the Power Team group, of course, if you missed it. And a big part of that training we did was the favor method. It's asking people for a favor. And guess what Chris did? He actually did it. He implemented it. He took action and boom, huge results. So now this is where it's time for everybody to take action on this method of just asking people for a favor. Now, like Chris just said, if you know people who are entrepreneurs who want to make money and they're business minded, then just, the favor would be maybe getting them to pre-enroll. The favor would be getting them to take a look at the business. But if you have someone who's not in that category, they're not entrepreneur, they don't want to make extra money, the favor is simple. It's, would you try the products? Tell us again, what is what you're saying for people to just try the products?
Yeah, so I lead with excitement. So it's always like, awesome, Aaron. I recently started an amazing new business, and I greatly appreciate your support. I'm looking to build some really powerful product testimonials, and your opinion means the world to me. Would you be open to taking a look at what we offer? Something simple as that is all I would send. And when they got back to me, at that point, I was still just running them through the pre-enrollee. So I was telling them in the final, like the third message I would send that would close out the whole thing, would just be like, hey, listen, I want you to get the best possible pricing available. And that means that I want you to sign up as an affiliate. Now, to be very clear, you're only going to be affiliate in title. You have no obligation to do anything with the business unless you want to. But again, I want you to have these amazing products for the best price. So this is how I want you to do it. And so I'm getting them to pre-enroll and go through the process, even though they're only going to be a product person, a preferred customer. So that's what I was doing. And that got me 16 sales in 16 days. I jumped on the Mag Call, which is my sponsor's, high-level coaching that he does. And what's your win for the week? And I was like, I'm absolutely blown away. I haven't done this, since 2018, where I'm literally keeping pace for a sale a day in my business. Like that was 2018 when I was doing that. And that was all automated online marketing. And so it was it blew my mind, like started to open my mind, not really blew it, to what's possible. And then after talking to the wizard, Michael Bernoff, I have some amazing ideas on how to make that even more. So that was number one. That was the very first thing I did. So the first 16 days of June, I had already made as many sales as I've ever done in a single month. And that was strictly using the favors. Once I finished with that list and I got the sales that I got, I started looking at what I was originally using, my scripts. And so I made the scripts for the favors. I gave them to the team. The team had great success with it. So I was like, all right, that works for them. Let's figure out how to take what I am doing now and say less to more people again. And so I took my scripts and I literally just refined them even more. And I decided that enough with this bouncing around and customizing what I want to do. I'm going to pick one straight, path of entry. And if they don't like it, then I can downsell them. I went more for a funnel than back into my old training, what I know how to do. And so right now, the way I've approached things is everything is opportunity first. And I'm very direct. And Nikki hit it on the head. Like, I don't connect with people on Facebook until they're inside my sphere of influence, until they've qualified themselves for my time. Otherwise, I found that I was wasting a lot of time connecting with people who really were just looking for a friend that never had an interest in the business. So instead of wasting my time, now I'm very direct. I get straight to the point with people. And if they're vibing with what I have to say, then we take the time to connect. If they're not, then they come right off the list, right? So it's very straightforward. And I use a lot of the sales psychology that we were taught in the scripts. And I say something like, hey, Aaron, it's one of your scripts that starts the whole thing. It's like, we haven't talked in a while. Love to catch up soon, but listen, this might not be for you, but I recently started a brand new business. Do you know anybody that would like to make an extra couple $1,000s this month? And that's literally how I start every single message with every single person. And if they say, no, I don't know anybody, I say, oh, thank you. It's really rare to hear that everybody is doing well. What is it that you do? And then I'll start the conversation, start qualifying them that way. Most people are like, yeah, I need help. And then immediately after that, so I don't give away. Nobody knows about MDC, CBD, our products, the comp plan, or anything I do until Josh tells them about it. I literally just
You guys hear that? He's not puking all over everyone, telling everyone everything. Nobody knows until they get inside.
Yeah.
I love it. And I love you guys are putting all this stuff in the comments as well. I'm looking for some real testimonies for our products. Would you be willing to take a look and get back to me with your opinion? Right? Something simple like that.
Yeah.
This is huge. This is huge. And by the way, this is something that every one of you can do. You just have to get out of your way, get out of your head, stop worrying about what everyone's going to think, and just get out there and start messaging everyone, texting, pick up the phone and call people if you want. But do you still ask for a favor first with that?
No, favors were a very specific list. It was people that know, like, and trust me, who would be willing to do me a favor, but that I did not personally want to work with or had previously told me no to the opportunity. So it was a very specific list that I had. So it was probably about 100 to 200 people, maybe max 200 people. Nice. And I just blasted those out as fast as I possibly could.
Yeah, and this truly is amazing. It really is. I believe this favor method is probably the fastest and the simplest way for every new affiliate to get results fast. I want everyone to just please listen carefully to this. This favor method that Chris is talking about, he enrolled 16 people in a month. It works. Is the fastest, the easiest, and the most simple way for everyone. That's you and all affiliates. The first thing they do when they get started is to implement this, because you don't have to know anything. It's just asking people for a favor. And either they're interested in the business or they're interested in maybe just trying product. Either way, you win, right? So yes, I love it. It's all about building that curiosity. Chris, what else do you have? Anything quickly in closing on any tips or suggestions for the team?
One last thing that I'll mention that I have found I knew about it. I wasn't practicing it. And now that I'm practicing it again, it's been really effective. And that's, again, that one clear line of entry, right? One entry point into your business. So if you're really good at selling products and that's been your thing since you got started, then that's your point of entry. You sell products, you get people interested, and then they upgrade to becoming an affiliate because they really love the products, right? For me personally, I'm the opposite. I'm really good at selling people on the dream. And then once they try the products, they're in for life. So what I personally like to do now is I don't even talk about the products at all until they have completely disqualified themselves from the opportunity. So either during my interview process that I'm going through with each and every person for the opportunity, if red flags fly up and I know it's not a good fit for them, I say, hey, listen, Aaron, you seem like a really great guy, but just based on our conversation right now, I don't believe you're going to be a really good fit for working with me personally on my team. However, I do believe that there's a need for everybody in the world to have these products, and I'd love for you to try them out. Or not you, but I believe that you'd love to try them out yourself. Always make it about them. I'm losing my script a little bit in my head, but make it about them and tell them to try the products out. It's a downsell in marketing. Instead of trying to bounce here or bounce there, or trying to pick who might like the opportunity and who might like, choose one path of entry and bring them straight in. And that way you can just like a golfer or anybody else who gets really good through repetition, you'll figure out exactly how you're going to market. And then you'll be able to do that with your eyes closed, whether you're asleep or awake or whatever it may be, because it became a habit. And so if there was any last thing I could talk to you guys about, it'd be get really, really good at doing one thing, master it.
I love it. Get really good at one thing. I love that, Kendall. Qualifying people is very important. Guys, that was a huge tip at the end from Christopher. If you got some value, drop a like, drop a comment. What did you like best? And what are you going to go implement? I want to see it, guys. Drop some comments. I want to see who's going to go implement and take action on this information, because those of you who do are going to get results. Okay. Christopher, thank you. You the man. Appreciate you for coming out and dropping some bombs and sharing some value with the team tonight. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Have a great night, team.
Thank you, Chris. All right. Now, next up, we have our last. You know what? I'm actually kind of excited because we have finally a mixture. It seems like every month it's all women. It's like all ladies on the leaderboard. And this month, it was a really good mixture. So that was kind of nice to see. Fellas are finally stepping up to the plate. But we do have one more lady who is rocking 5K affiliate, Becky LeBrack. What's up, Becky? Oh, there. Try now.
All right. I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Guys, give it up. Drop some mad congratulations for Becky LeBrecht. She is in the house. She was the #1 top producing power team member last month. Woo! So, big deal. Tell us where you live and a little bit about yourself before we get into this.
Yeah, I live in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan in Marquette on Lake Superior, so almost Canada. I'm a full-time teacher, and so a high school teacher, so that's my main gig. But this has become more of a gig for sure, and it's where my heart is at. And so, yeah, that's a little bit about me.
I love it. All right, let's just dive right in. So I'm just going to open it up and have you, I mean, you know the drill. So last month you rocked it on the leaderboard and you are already a 5K affiliate. How long have you been with MDC?
I started in November of 2018.
I love your story, by the way. This is really important because so far the people that have been on are pretty new to the business. Becky got started at the end of 2018. You guys all hear this? That's a long time ago. And look, she's crushing it. She just hit 5K affiliate a few months ago. She's kept her 5K. She's on a mission for 10K. And she was just on the leaderboard. So for everybody who's watching this, maybe you've been with MDC for 6 months, 12 months, a year and a half, and maybe you're not where you want to be. Anybody? Is anybody not where you want to be in the business? That was Becky. But she made a decision. And she started doing things differently, and then her business started booming. So tell us, what did you do? Give us some tips.
Well, for me, it's about the story a little bit. Like, that was how I started was everyone told, or like I learned to tell the story. Like, you have to figure out your story, and it's almost pressure at first to figure out what that story really is. And then they tell you if you don't have a story to use other people's story. And so that story can be kind of difficult. And so, but I did have a story. And so then when I finally told that story, it did create a little bit of a bump in my business. And so I think it made it relatable for people, and, you know, it kind of broke down some walls and things. And so that was good. That got me about 3K good. And so I built up a little bit, and I was able to, and I kind of just got stuck in telling that story, I think. And that was really, I thought that could do it for me. I thought that, you know, working that story, and, you know, I thought if I loved the products enough and just told people about them, that would do it. But it wasn't enough at all to get where I wanted to go. So it took a little bit more of a focus. And for me, it took telling a new story, I think, and learning that story can motivate you and push you. It can be your why, but it's not going to be your how forever. And so I think that's an important shift if you've been in for a while to consider if that might be what's going on for you. So for me, I had to shift from telling that same story to really having a focus of what I wanted to project about this business. Like, to me, I love this lifestyle. And that's what I think people are attracted to for me. So I think that's what they want a piece of that. And so that's when I started doing that, or shifting to that, and just kind of showcasing that lifestyle and making it more of a focus of how it fit into my life. That's when things opened up for me. So for me, it was a little bit less of telling that same story. I think a lot of people get stuck saying the same things over and over again, and so they're getting the same things. And I did that for so long. So it takes personal development. Like, at first, you only seem to attract, and this is weird, but you only seem to attract people that are like at your level or actually kind of doing worse than you. So you have to do that development of yourself, and it just takes some of us different amounts of time. And so until you can get that, until you start attracting the types of people that you want to work with and those sorts of things, you really just have to develop yourself and just keep trying and keep working at that. So I think that was key for me, is shifting and telling a new story, and a story that could move me forward rather than keeping me where I was.
Man, that's powerful. And I think that a lot of people may not really understand how important that is, what you just shared. the story. You know, Becky was stuck. Who's stuck? Come on, y'all, be honest. We all get stuck in this business at some point. And so when you do, there's a story running. And what is that story? The story that you're going to tell yourself is either going to keep you stuck or you're going to break through. And that's what she did. So give us some of the, I mean, listen, you're not brand new, you know, just like Chris, you've been in the business for a while, but yet last month you finished on the leaderboard. And by the way, she's back on the leaderboard this month, y'all. So, woo! So tell us, what specifically are you doing? Take it away.
I started focusing on customer. I guess how Chris was saying, he's really good at attracting affiliates. I haven't perfected that yet. And so for me, people have grown over time into that position. And so I am good at getting customers and showcasing that lifestyle. And so for me, especially around weight loss, I've lost some weight and I've utilized the products, and I've helped some others do that, and just with wellness things. And so for me, I just started thinking, you know, how do I use these products? How do they help me? How can I show that to others? And then not just throwing that on Facebook all the time. Like you have to have an audience, like a little bit of a smaller audience. So if you can, you know, utilize a group in that way, then that can be really powerful, because it gives you a way to, you know, share more. And it's people that want that information. So it doesn't, you know, you're not like spammy on your page all the time. So it's a little bit easier to manage that. So I think that was key for me, really developing that. And then like building this tribe, like in doing that, you gotta be excited. You're giving them value. You're showcasing how you use this, and you're making it embed into their life and they can see it. And so if it's authentic in that way, people really respond to it. And so that is really helpful, and it helps increase what they get. And so I will often, like, that's one tip for the leaderboard is like, once you get a new customer, you want to follow back up at that same month and get them to order more as much as you can get them to order in that first month. So sometimes people will try one product, but you got to do your job and follow up on how that product's working. And so that's a tip for that. But yeah, that really has been helpful, is like building a tribe in a way that I can communicate with them. So whatever that is for you, if that's, you know, whatever social media you use, or maybe an email list, or I don't know, maybe you get together with friends, but some way to kind of build that tribe. And then who do they know? That's been really helpful for me. Who do you know that needs this help? Like, if not you, then who? Or for me, I felt just so awkward all the time messaging, so I didn't do it like that. I was like, I'm just not going to do it. And so I didn't get any results. Who knew? But to break through that.
You're saying a lot. I just want to, like, little things that jump out. I'm like, wait, you didn't message people because why?
I didn't want to. I didn't want him to say no. I hated that. I made it about me, and the way that I felt with it, to me, obviously was more important than the results at that time. So flipping that choice really was big for me. And then also just finding a way to do it, like practicing it enough so that you figure out a way, because you got to do it. So if that's not the way, then maybe there's a different way. So for me, what's been helpful is like, who do you know who might want to try this? Like, not you, it wouldn't be you, but who do you know? And almost always, of course, they say that they're the one who wants to try it, or they're the one who needs your help. But if you ask them, who do you know that needs an opportunity to improve their life in these ways, or, you know, improve financially, or those sorts of things, a lot of times they'll say it's them. The other thing that's happened to me with that is they say it's them, and they have a couple other people they can think of that they want to bring into this group that I have. And so it kind of helps them bring more. Like right away, when you get somebody, you should ask them, who do you know that wants to start with you right now? Because there's a part, you know, then they're starting with a team, or they're starting with a friend. And so build on that immediate excitement right away and get a referral instantly. That's really important. A lot of times people are willing to give you a referral right away.
Getting referrals is huge, guys. So Becky is going for customers. She's crushing it. Going for referrals, asking, who do you know, right? Because a lot of times when you ask someone, who do you know that would like to generate or make an extra $1,000 a month from home, right? You could ask them, who do they know? And a lot of times they're going to come back and say, well, what about me? You know, or same thing with the customers. So let's see here. Yep. Getting rid of your nose so they don't suck your energy, building your story. Absolutely. All over Facebook, using Facebook stories. So Becky, we got to run, but tell me, what is your, I mean, you know, you're a 5K affiliate. Everybody here wants to hit 5K. You're on the leaderboard last month. You're back on the leaderboard this month. Is there any other final tip, suggestion, strategy, anything that you can give to everybody? You know, one thing that a lot of people I saw comment was people are stuck, right? And I think for you, you could maybe speak to that. I mean, if you want to share anything else, please do. But a lot of people get stuck in this business, and you were stuck and you got unstuck. So just quickly tell everyone what you did to get unstuck, and what advice do you have for people? Maybe somebody watching this has been in the business for a month or 2 months or a year. They're not 5K yet like you are. They're stuck. What do they do to get unstuck? Talk to them.
I think I was stuck for 2 reasons. For one, I made alliances with people who didn't support what I did, and I let that affect me, like in all areas of my life. So I wasn't acting for me. I was acting what I thought that they would approve of. And so once you cut those alliances, and that could really suck, just so that we're clear, it may not be easy, but cutting those ties and really flying yourself, you'll see new things open up for you. So I think I was stuck by choice. I didn't really realize that, and it'll make me cry to say it, but I was stuck by choice. And so a lot of people are stuck by choice. You're telling the same story. You need to talk about the future and what you want and cut those ties. And then the other thing for me was that my ego got in the way. Like, I hated no. Like, I just took that so damn personal, because in my other job, there is no. Like, I succeed. I'm a teacher, so I execute, it works, I get results. And so this was different. And so I just made that way too much about me, and I let that hurt my feelings too much, and it would stop me. And so just, that's being stupid. Think of all the times you say no. When people ask you things, you don't say yes all the time. You got to get through those. You got to get 100 no's before you get a couple of yeses. So volume no's is what you want. Celebrate the no. So yeah, those are the 2 things I think. Cut ties with things that are holding you back, and truly fly yourself, and stop making it about that ego and how you feel, and realize that to get what you want, you might have to go there.
Wow. Come on, y'all. Give it up for Becky Lebrecht. She's crushing it. She's on fire. She's on a mission. And, you know, the only thing I can say about being stuck, guys and gals, for anybody who's in that situation, again, it's a story. You're telling yourself that you're stuck, right? And at any moment, you have the ability to separate yourself from that story and say, I'm no longer stuck. I'm going to break free. And that means I'm going to be doing things differently. I'm going to be taking more action. I'm going to be moving in a direction of confidence and passion. And it's not about where I am today. It's about where I'm going, and where am I going to be in 30 days, in 6 months, in 12 months. And that's what you focus on. I've found for me, when I'm stuck, right? I'm stuck, and you literally like become even more stuck because you keep saying it. The way that I get unstuck is I look at where I'm going, and I say, this is where I'm going. And I put all of my energy on that place. And what does it look like? What does it feel like? How good does it feel? And you all of a sudden become more confident, more excited, more focused, more driven, and you start doing things differently. And all of a sudden, you're no longer stuck, and you're moving in a new direction, wherever that is that you want to be. So that would be my little tip I would share as well. So Becky, congratulations. If you got some value from Becky, drop some comments, drop some hearts. Thank you so much. You are an inspiration. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. Okay, guys, we have 2 gentlemen that are going to close us out. These guys are just killing it, crushing it. Amazing comments here from Becky and everything that she shared. That was incredible. So let's jump over to recently featured by Mr. Josh Zwagel on one of the road shows as a testimony 50K affiliate. Mike is in the house. What's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? Having a blast.
So Mike, your story is very unique. I think this might actually be the first time that we've ever had you on a power team thing. Is that right?
It is. That's right.
That's crazy. So how long have you been in MDC?
This is my 7th month.
7 months in the business. He's a 50K affiliate. 50K for many months in a row now. I think you've already gotten or it's coming, the $5,000 bonus, right?
I got that, I think, last Thursday.
Dude, come on, guys. He got $5,000 bonus from MDC on his 50K affiliate rank. This is huge.
Fun,
so now tell us quickly where do you live and a little bit about yourself.
So Portland, Oregon, just hunkered down here, just getting into momentum. So, these first 7 months, I put the pedal to the metal, and I think that's what I'm going to keep going. Like I'm thinking big. I can't get my head off of 500. You're 500K affiliate, right, Aaron?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's that. I can't get it out of my mind. So it's just pedal to the metal. Do we do that? I'll take some breaks. I took my first 2 days off. And guys, you don't have to do that hard if you don't want to. But if you got the big goals, you got to do something special. And you got to find a way to have fun with it. And I am.
I love it. Now, Mike, your story's unique, and so I want to make sure we set proper, expectations for everybody. Is that let me just give everyone a little example. When I came into My Daily Choice, I was able to personally enroll 100 people my first month, right? And we hit 50K our first month, and oh my God, that's crazy. Ah! And people say overnight success, right? Overnight success.
Right.
Guess what? There's no such thing as overnight success. It doesn't exist. So for Kathy and I to be able to come into MDC and have success quickly, it's based on relationships and based on work that we did in the past years. Same thing with Mike, right? And I believe just from conversations we've had that you're fairly new to network marketing. Is that right?
I got my start there in my 20s. So I cut my teeth in network marketing, and I did work up to success. And then I went into internet network marketing, and then I went into traditional business and online marketing. So it's been a long time. It's been like 25 years or about 20 years since I've really been doing it.
I love it. So you're extremely successful. You've made, lots of money in the industry. I don't know if you care to share that and any of those details, but I think that a great perspective for everyone who's here is looking at the success that you've had in other businesses. Tell everyone why, I think this could be valuable, why someone like you who's had huge success, has made way more money than I have, why MDC?
It's a really awesome question, and it took me a while. Even after I started building, guys, it took me a while to trust this company like I do now. So I love that you asked it. It started with the product, which isn't always the case, but because I had a strong marketing and business background, when I took the let me just back up. Can I share testimonies, full disclosure? Do I got to be careful on this thing?
So we are streaming on YouTube.
All right. Okay. So let me put this simply. I got a serious issue. Very scary. Totally woke me up. Told me I got to do something different. I was working really hard on my traditional businesses. 7-figure years was normal. Had a couple 8-figure years, but I couldn't walk away. I couldn't ever leave it. And so I wanted to. I was trying to set that up with all the employees and instructors and coaches and consultants that we had working for us. But the writing was on the wall. I was working too hard. I got a serious health challenge, scared the heck out of me. Then someone suggested CBD. I started testing or just trying different CBD products. Nothing was helping. And I know there's a lot of good ones out there, but I took this one and literally in 30 seconds, miracle. That's all I'll say right now. Absolute miracle for me. That got my attention. But even at that point, I thought I was going to start another company. I thought I was going to market my own CBD. And I thought, well, if this network marketing company's got a great product, I'll go find a great product, slap my own label on it and kind of duplicate what they're doing. I couldn't find one. And again, I know that, other people in other companies, there's other good CBD products out there, but this one is sensational. And I went and tested 22 different ones. I gave 22 different ones that were supposed to be the best to my sister, who's a CrossFit gym owner, had her give it to a bunch of people, had all these problems. I put it in vials without a label on it. They all came back with the same friggin' one, this one. So I was like, okay, what's going on? This is not I thought that they were the top seller of CBD because they were network marketing. I didn't know it was because the quality of the products was the best. So anyway, that got my attention. And at this point, it had helped me so much. It really got my attention. And now I'm thinking, okay, they got the best product. What's going on? So I started looking at the marketing plan. I was like, what is These guys are like on top of it. You know, I built systems. I hired huge teams to build systems. This one's better than anything I ever came close to building. So that got my attention even more. Then I looked at the comp plan and I'm like, okay, I could help people make money with this compensation plan way better than I could ever do with my own company. So that's what got me in, Aaron, but it's not the end of the story. And I just want to share this really quick. I know it's a little off topic, but it took me several months to fully believe that I could trust, you know, Josh and Jenna and the leadership. I was used to doing my own thing, and it really took a lot to get to that point where, like, it's not just that I trust them, it's insane what I'm seeing. And I just want to share this. I don't want to get too off topic, but it really crystallizes it. When I realized the product development was amazing, and it wasn't just the CBD. I didn't know essential oils, but when I saw someone that I really respected who knows the essential oils market tell me this is the same quality as the best quality you can get out there at a fraction of the price. And then I saw what they did with High Life Travel. And then I saw what they were doing with like the coffee berry. I took the coffee berries, like, this is crazy. This is a fantastic, totally different product that I love. So I started to realize very quickly that there's a genius level of implementation and product development. So that was the first clue that something really special was going on. The second clue, I was talking with leaders like yourself who were saying, I've been a top producer or made good money in companies before. This one's paying me massively more for the same production. So I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I was trying to figure out why, what's going on. And then I was hearing Josh, who's only 29 years old, which at first scared me. And now I see it as a total asset. At first I thought, okay, I don't want to go through all the learning curve this guy's got to go through. I don't want, that was what made me nervous at first. Then I came to realize he runs a lean, mean company. He's saving massive money because he's a phenomenal CEO. And he doesn't waste money on warehouses and fancy offices to show off because he doesn't need to do that. He doesn't need to line his own pockets. He has his finances so tight and he's saving so much money that other CEOs would waste. I started to see the pattern. He's able to put that massive extra savings into a better compensation plan, into better product development, high quality, cheaper price, and into hiring top talent at other companies who led departments from several companies that took those companies from 50 to 80 million to 1.5 billion, who've been at companies for 17 years. And he's recruiting them over and their teams. And I was like, okay, put your ego away, Mike. This guy is 100 times better of a CEO than you ever could have dreamed to be. And I'm just sold hook, line, and sinker now. Like I can't even tell you how cool it is to me to be able to trust the leadership of a company on this scale and know that we're with the Elon Musk of network marketing. This thing, but to say it's going to the moon is just an understatement. He has it figured out. He comes from a lineage of business families that he learned from. So he comes into this with, he was 18 years old making 50 grand a month as the top earner in his company. And then a couple years later, they changed the comp plan, or they changed it so he couldn't build on social media. This is Josh Wagle. He went and bought Syntec, that company, just so he could. The guy's a genius. So, Aaron, that's what got me. I could build a residual income here that I know I'll only have to build once.
So this
and
is
Mike
has 7 and even 8 figures in his life and businesses, and I wanted him to share what he just did because a lot of people in network marketing do not understand what we have with My Daily Choice. And so thank you for sharing all of that, because hopefully somebody watching this is like, holy cow, like this is a big deal. What we have with MDC is unique. This is amazing.
Very.
And for Mike to be here, to be putting his time, his energy, planting his flag with MDC, it speaks volumes. This is a really big deal. I love that. Josh is the Elon Musk of network marketing. Yes. So now, I mean, obviously we could go for an hour, but you've got like 5 minutes tonight. Okay?
Yeah, I can go for an hour for sure.
Following you. But from what you've learned in your years and from the 7 months you've been with MDC, tell us your quick version of what advice you have. People may not be able to duplicate what you've done, so we get that. But what advice, tips, and strategies would you give to the team tonight on how they can go out there and go create success with this business.
Awesome, man. Okay, so yeah, find the way that works for you. I got to say, Chris, I listened to Chris's section of tonight's call again a couple of times because I feel like he really nailed the simplicity of what you're teaching, Aaron. So listen to that a few more times. With that said, this is helpful to me. I don't know if it'll be helpful to you, but I'm just going to break it down this way, Aaron. You can cut me off if you think it's like way off base. But for me, this has been really helpful, this realization. There's prospecting, there's marketing, and there's connecting. And Aaron and all, whichever methods you use, whatever they are, people contacting people you know, doing Facebook Messenger, whatever it may be, the closer you get to connecting, the faster you make money, the easier and more fun it gets. So here's what I mean. When you're prospecting, which is how most people teach it in MLM, you're contacting a person kind of getting into chase mode. You're in chase mode and you're not sensitive to where they're at. And you're really seeing you get all nervous and stuff and you hesitate because you're trying to sell them. And that's just where you're stuck. And you hit all this resistance, you feel awkward, then you're afraid to reach out. They feel it, it's weird. Prospecting isn't very effective. The second method is marketing. That's my method. It's really only going to blast off like it did for me if you already have a list and a reputation with that list. Or in my case, I also continued on the leaderboard because I spent a lot of money on marketing. And you need to understand if you're going to rely solely on the marketing method, you have to spend a lot of money. And that's not for everybody. That's not very duplicatable. So it's also limited. Connecting, though, is incredibly powerful. Connecting is exactly what Chris was talking about. Connecting can sound like this. I'm going to give you my version, and this is how I do it now because it's duplicatable. So I do this. It can sound a little bit different. For me, it's like, hey, Tony, I'm expanding a company. I'm really excited about it. They did 170 million last year, so they're not small, but the growth potential is massive. They paid 12 people over $1 million already. I'm looking for some really good people to help us expand the company. And I was wondering if you could help me out. Maybe you could look at a video that our CEO did and it might jog your memory. You might think of somebody that would be perfect for me to talk to that could become part of our team.
Did you guys write that down? Did you guys just catch that? That was like really good stuff right there. Hope you guys are taking notes.
Super effective because you're not selling them. But when you tell them to log in and watch a video of our CEO to see if it kind of jogs their memory of anybody this would be perfect for, most of them are going to say, sure, I'll take a look. And if you feel hesitation, you're like, you don't need to watch the whole thing, just watch a couple minutes. You just want to get people to take a step. And a lot of times what happens is they're like, oh, I've heard of CBD. Does that really help? Bam. Or they might ask, so what's this business about? Bam. Right? Like they'll tell you if they're interested. But otherwise, you're just looking for their contacts. And I do this with people who are really influential, like your chicken list, people you're afraid to call. This is how you approach them. Ask them for their help. Let them know you're expanding a company. They did 170 million last year, so they're not small. You're really excited about it. They paid over 12 people over $1 million already. So, it's really exciting, but you're looking for good people. And, they might not know anybody yet, but if they watched a video from your CEO, if they're willing to help you out and watch that, maybe somebody would come to mind. Very few people are going to say no to you. And when they refer you to people, you got to understand now they're referring you to somebody who's probably a perfect fit. Maybe it's somebody whose business has been hit really hard by the coronavirus thing. So their income has dropped. Or maybe they're going to introduce you to somebody who's a millennial who's looking at their prospects going, I don't want to enter into this economy anymore. It's like so uncertain and scary. They're going to send you to somebody who it's the perfect fit for. So that conversation starts out just perfect. And you're saying, hey, your uncle referred me to you and said, man, you just lost your income. You owned a bunch of stores that, have been hit hard, or maybe you're in between jobs and he said you're entrepreneurial. They're going to listen and be much more apt to be open because they trust the person who referred you. So this is a really powerful way. And I just want to share one more thing, Aaron, on this. That's one version of it. Chris shared really another version of it. There's some key things. He's asking for their help. He's connecting the right people to the company. You're thinking of yourself as a connector, not a prospector or salesperson. If you pick up for any moment that they're not interested, pivot. You don't need to sell. You don't need to convince. And that's really the theme that I keep hearing that everyone who's successful keeps saying, do not sell, do not convince, just connect them to this amazing company. If there's resistance, pivot. If they're not interested, they go, I don't like CBD. Don't talk about CBD anymore. Then say, well, is there anyone you know who might be interested in helping me expand a company? They paid over 12 people over $1 million already. They're growing leaps and bounds. I'm excited about it. Maybe if you'd looked at the video from our CEO, it might jog your memory and a couple people might come to mind. Pivot, but whatever you do, look for the easy in. If they ask you the question, does CBD really work, when they come in? Now you know that's what to talk about. That's what to refer them to more about. So be like water. Keep it easy. Don't sell. Be a connector. And look for more in that area. Chris talked about the same thing a different way, but the exact same thing. Look for that connector role, and I think it's going to get really easy for you.
Man, who's getting value? I love it. Prospecting is like just, fire hosing messaging, right? You're messaging 100 people a day going crazy.
Totally.
And guys, we are prospecting. Like, that's what we're doing. Yes. But without the magic piece, which is connecting.
Yes.
I think here's a way you could put it. All the prospecting in the world is not going to get you very far without connection.
Yes.
Without actually connecting with that person that you are prospecting, right?
Connecting that with that person, connecting that person to Josh Zweigel's video, connecting someone interested in the product to more about the product and not the opportunity, connecting the person who just asked you a question about the opportunity only to opportunity stuff. Like, just be a connector. And if someone says, no, I don't have any money, you're done with them, except to say, who might you know? Connecting their contacts to Josh's video, connecting their so it's all about connecting and not selling. One other thing, let me give one more example, Aaron. I know I'm going longer than I should. Somebody on my team got a hold of an MLM list, and I found out he was cold calling this list. I'm not going to tell him not to do that. It sounded like prospecting to me. But then I found out he connected with 2 amazing people, and he connected them to me. And you can do this with your upline or whatever system they have. And I realized he's connected because he brought 2 amazing people who have a really strong influence in their communities, like really amazing people. And now we're connecting them to their contacts and just using the connector role. So you can do this any way you want. Just think of connecting, not selling, looking for quality people, not pushing, not convincing. And whatever they ask you about, that's what you connect them to. And you don't have to be the salesperson. Use connect them to the videos, connect them to the vision, connect them to whatever they're interested in about the company if they give you a signal. If they're not interested at all or they don't want to buy anything, I still ask now. I wouldn't have ever before. Now I realize, hey, who do you know who's successful that might be interested in helping us expand? It's a complete shift, and it's just, you're like water. Like, whatever they throw at you, there's still an opportunity there, and you don't have to be the one to convince or sell. You're just connecting one person to the company or the product or the information. Don't be the salesperson yourself.
I love it, Mike. Man, I wish I had more time, and I'm just going to put you on the spot. Can we set up a time and we'll get you to come out and do some more training with the team? How does that sound?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's just set up a time and do it. Awesome.
Well, Power Team, everybody stay close, as you know, to the Facebook group, to the YouTube channel for updates when we do more training. Guys, give it up for Mike, 50K affiliate, crushing it. Incredible tips. And by the way, Mike gave you guys some good scripts, some good things. So did Christopher. This video, as soon as we're done, will be a replay. And the same place where you're watching this, you'll be able to hit refresh and watch this again, and you can take notes if you missed anything. Mike, thank you so much. We appreciate your time, my friend.
Awesome, man.
All right. Bam. Great to see you, Priscilla. Great to see you, Beth. Awesome. You guys are blowing up the comments. I love it. Here we go. Joe said this was let's just see. A little script here. You guys can take a picture if you need to. Hey, Tony, I'm helping to expand a company I'm really excited about. They did over 170 million last year in sales. 12 people have already made $1 million. Could you do me a favor? Take a look at our quick video of our CEO that our CEO put together to see if anyone comes to mind that could benefit from an opportunity like this. Bam. Even for me, that may be a little long, but it's short, it's sweet, you're connecting, you're finding out if they're interested, and if they're not, they can maybe connect you to somebody who is. So love it, and just getting them to the information. Okay, now at the end of this training tonight, guys, I'm going to give all of you a major tip that's going to help you to explode your business this month in July. So you don't want to miss that, okay? Last but not least, my good friend who I've known and worked with for 20 years, Aaron Rashkin. What's up, brother?
20 years. What's up, guys? Has it been that long? 20 years?
It's crazy. It's been a long time.
I think it's been longer, actually, to be honest with you. I think,
yeah,
I think 20, 21, 22, maybe 1999 we met.
Yeah, I think 1999. So we're going on 21 years now.
Yeah.
Woo! It's crazy. So we've had you on before. You've shared incredible value with the team before. But for those that don't know you, give us the quick version. Where do you live? Who you are? Talk to us.
I live in Denver, Colorado. This is the Broncos country, God's country, Colorado. Live downtown, right across from Union Station. Just got back from a world tour last year. And I got started in My Daily Choice in November, just like Becky. I got started in November of, when was that? 2018.
18, yep.
Yeah. So
love it. Hold on, I gotta put my tank top on. I'll be right back. I'm just kidding. The gun show is here.
I just took my Power Team tank top off after 2.5 days of wearing it.
Nice.
So
yeah,
actually,
tank tops are awesome.
I was a little bit late getting on here at 9 o'clock Eastern, because right up the street from me there is a craft fair. It's almost like a farmer's market, but there was no food. It was just a craft fair, and I went there yesterday. I walked through it yesterday for a little while on my way back from doing some errands downtown, and I went back today to go prospect. That's what I did. I spent literally like an hour and a half toward the end of the day after all business was done for the most part. It was kind of empty. There was very few people in the market. So now I knew a few things if I went back late in the day. Number one, the weekend is over. So any of those vendors that were selling their oils or their bracelets or their jewelry or their CBD oil or their photos or, whatever, there were so many different kinds of vendors there. I knew at the end of the weekend, the very last hour of the weekend, they're already thinking about how they can make more money this week if they didn't do well. And it wasn't very crowded when I drove, when I went past it yesterday, and I stopped in to pick up a couple of things, but I saw what was going on in there. It was like literally a horror show for these vendors. So I knew if I went back tonight, it's only a few blocks away from me. So I walked up there at like around 5:45. It closed at 7. So I literally walked in there at the very end of the weekend, and these people, some of them were depressed.
Wow.
I walked around. I said, "Hey, how'd business go this weekend?" Not so good. It's tough. This is a tough market. Tough time. I was like, oh man, that must really suck. Right? I already found out the problem. I agitated it. Right? I started asking questions. How long have you been in business? How long have you been doing these shows?
So Aaron is not just prospecting, but he's connecting.
Yeah.
He's connecting with strangers. Can you guys do this? This is awesome.
Yeah, I got 7 different business cards, and I bought some products yesterday, and I went and I got a couple things today. But I literally stood and spoke to these people maybe like 15, 20 minutes. But here's what I want to say. And I'll share what I did last month to get on the leaderboard, and the month, a few months prior to that. But I just want to say it's great to connect with people, but here's what you're looking for when you connect with them. You want to leave an impression. You want to leave an impression, because if you don't leave an impression, they're not going to remember you when you follow up to call back and talk about them taking a look at a new way to make money, right? And so I interviewed and I qualified every single vendor that I spoke to that was willing to talk. Some of them were cleaning up. Some of them were putting their, wares away. They were already packing up with an hour left in the fair, because they just were so discouraged and they didn't really have a lot of success over the weekend. So they started literally packing up early to go home, right? So I knew that those were the ones that I should stop by real quickly to see if they were open to communicate, open to have a conversation, open to find out a little bit more about what's possible for them outside of what they're currently doing, right? So I knew I had to ask some really sharp questions. I had to be on my game and ask some good questions and really listen to what they were saying beneath the surface, not just, yeah, business was, rough this weekend. So when somebody said that, I had several people say, oh, this was a terrible weekend. It wasn't that good. Business is, it's tough right now. And I liken that to when people say things like business is slow, right? And I always think to myself, and I say to the people that I work with, business is not slow. People are slow, right? If your business is slow, it's because you're not taking an action that you require to take in order for it to be fast, right? You're not doing enough of the one thing that's going to build your business and put money in your bank account. So when these people said business was slow, I say, oh, that must be tough, man. This is a tough time of year, huh? And I'm agitating the pain, like I'm stirring it up, and I'm really getting them to talk about their problem. And that's a key. That's a key takeaway. Because if you can't get somebody talking about their problem, and I'll tell you another story in a minute. I met a girl in the pool yesterday. She's not a girl. She's a woman. She's a grown woman. I think she's around my age, maybe even a little bit older. So, but she's a neurologist. And I'm going to come back to that in a minute, and I'll share with you what happened in that conversation. But when somebody starts telling you that things are tough, when business is slow, it's a tough time of year, it was a tough weekend, things didn't work out the way they had expected them to, you have to ask more questions. Get on their side of the table. Get on their side where, they feel your compassion for them. And, you really dig for a little bit more pain, and you say things like, oh, what I do naturally is I'm like, oh, that's tough, man. That must really suck. How does that feel? I mean, you came all the way out here from, where are you from? And they say, oh, I'm from Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's where a lot of people come for these shows in Colorado. They're not all locals. They travel like all over the Southwest and Midwest. And they go to wherever there's a farmer's market or a craft fair. And I want to know how far they traveled. So I'm talking to them about how far they traveled, how long it took to get here, how much gas they spend traveling around the tri-state area between Arizona, Colorado, and Utah, right? And I want to know how profitable is. I'm like, how, can you make a living? I mean, does this just pay for your gas and your hotel? Or, I mean, is this a profitable business? And when they start telling me, well, I've been doing it for a long time, it's more of my passion, but it keeps the bills paid, I ask questions like, well, is that all you're looking to do, is just keep the bills paid? Or are you looking for more, right? See, I want to know if this person is what I call a number one or a number two. And a number one is a person who shows up every day at their work. They show up at their job, right? They woke up at, the crack of dawn. They got showered and dressed. They grab a cup of coffee. They get their kids set up, or they say goodbye to their spouse, or maybe they just dash out the door and they sit in rush hour traffic, and they get to their cubicle, they get to their bus, they get to their field, they get to the job, they get to the office, they get to the storefront, they get to wherever it is that they work and make ends meet, right? They make just enough not to get fired. Or they work hard enough not to get fired. They make just enough not to quit, is really what I'm saying. And those people get to their job and they say, oh, this is all there is. And they're just super happy, right? Because that's what they love. Like, this is all there is for them. This is the thing that they're going to do for the rest of their lives, or until they have to find another job, right? They go back to what didn't work for them in the first place. Or they're a number two. They're the second person that wakes up at the crack of dawn, goes off to work, they leave their family, or they, go in their office, wherever they go make money, and they start doing the thing that they're paid to do, right? Just enough not to, quit, and work hard enough just not, to get fired. And they look around, instead of like the first person that says, this is all there is, these people think this can't be all there is, right? So I'm talking to entrepreneurs at the craft fair. I'm talking to people who know what long hours are, who know what investment is, who know what it means to sell and market and talk to people. And I'm finding out why they're so disillusioned at their businesses. I want to know why they're not doing well, right? Now, some vendors at these street fairs sit back and wait for people to come to them, and then some stand in front of their tables where all their wares are, and they call people over. They say, hey, can I show you a bracelet? Hey, can I show you this oil lamp? Hey, can I show you some of my artwork? Hey, can I show you this product, right? What are you looking for today? What are you here for? What can I help you get started with, right? There are some that are very proactive and that are hunting, right? They're literally going into the street of this, fair. They're walking out to people and offering to hand people samples. They're showing people their artwork, literally like showing them by displaying it. And then there are some that sit back and they do this. And they just stay on their phones the whole time, right? That's no different than what our business is like. If we look at a cross-section of, the whole team that we're on, right? Some of you are sitting back waiting for things to happen. And some of you are in the game making things happen. You're prospecting people. You're communicating with people, right? You're marketing and talking to people because your ship isn't going to come in. You have to jump in with both feet, right? There's no shallow end in this business. It's either sink or swim. And you cannot wait for your ship to come in. You have to get in the water and swim your ass off and get out to it, right? You swim out to the ship in this business. Nothing just comes to you, right? Now, we use attraction marketing so that we can have people inquire about our business and we can have people inbox us about our business that are interested in, what we're doing because of what we're putting out there. I call these strategies fishing and hunting, right? When we fish, we cast our line out there. We cast the bait out. And because of the bait, the fish come from all around and start nibbling at the bait. And, when one of them takes a bite of it and that fish wants the whole damn thing, right? We can hook that fish with our hook, right? With it bit the bait. So we give a little yank on the line and we hook that lip, right? And then we can reel it in. Now, here's the thing. Some fish just come nibble. They make comments. They engage in your posts and your social media, all this fishing that you do. But you need to go hunt now. You need to go into that person's inbox and go talk to them and connect with them like I did at the craft fair today and yesterday, right? You literally are proactive and you're out there gathering information, asking questions, finding out who's disillusioned, who's disappointed, who's dissatisfied, who's unhappy, who's looking for new, who's looking for change, right? We're looking for people who are looking for change, and we're looking for people who are looking for us just as much as we're looking for them. So that's, just a little bit of experience that I had today at the craft fair and yesterday when I was, shopping to get a few items. But I want to share something else that came up for me really quickly too, Aaron. And I'll just tell you real fast. You know how I made the leaderboard last month? It's not what I did last month. It's what I did in May. It's what I did in April. It's what I did in February and March, right? Like what you get paid in this business is not necessarily what you do. It's like I always say, it's not what you do that makes you successful. It's what you do daily. It's compounded effort over time. It's showing up every day. It's showing up for yourself. It's being disciplined, right? We talk about it all the time. Discipline is the highest form of self-love, right? People ask me all the time, and Aaron, I'll ask you. You go to the gym every day. You CrossFit every day. We all see your lives or your stories and your photos and all your video, right? It's the highest form of self-love. You treat yourself like a god. You show up every day to give yourself the best physique, the best mind and body and spirit that you could possibly give yourself. And it's no different when you show up for your business. It's no different than when you show up for yourself by treating yourself well, eating well, exercising, taking care of yourself on a daily basis. Well, if you treated your business, right, like some of you treat your belly, right, making sure it's full all the time, having all the things you want to eat, all the treats, all the snacks, all the times you go to the refrigerator and open it up and you wait for something to change. yet nothing's changed from the last hour you were just looking at in the refrigerator. You know what I mean? So you have to treat yourself at a whole new level. You have to honor and respect and value yourself. And you have to put your dreams and goals on a pedestal. You have to choose to make them the most important things for you to live for the rest of your life. Meaning, if you do this now, I think it was Zig Ziglar said, do what you have to do as quickly as you can so you can do what you want to do for as long as you can, right? And when you get the money part out of the way, the rest of your life is simple because you now have choices and you have options and you can do things that you've never been able to do before. But some of you are still prioritizing your addictions. Some of you are still riding the scroller coaster all day long. You're waiting for someone to come to you. You're waiting to be inspired or entertained. And the month comes to an end and you wonder why you haven't enrolled anyone. You wonder why you haven't had a single sale in your business that month because you're not doing the things it takes to be successful. Now, yesterday I went to my pool. I live in this really amazing condo, and my pool, you know, it's like everyone goes out there because it's 95 degrees and it's a great place to just go cool off. And I was sitting and having a conversation with a friend of mine, and a girl who lives, or a lady who lives in my building, she overheard the conversation. And she said, I am so intrigued. What exactly do you do? Right? I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine. I don't even remember what we were talking about. And this young, you know, this lady next to me or sitting, you know, like a few feet away from me, she says, what do you do? And I say, well, it depends on what you're interested in. What do you mean, what do I do? And I just was giggling and laughing about it. And she said, you just seem so interesting. Like, what do you do for a living? And just a knee-jerk reaction, I just said, I teach people how to set themselves free building a business on the internet. She's like, oh my God. She goes, that sounds amazing. I'll say it again. I teach people how to set themselves free by building a business on the internet. And she said, oh, that sounds interesting. I said, well, it's not just interesting. It's very satisfying. It's very fulfilling. And she said, well, what exactly do you sell? I said, freedom. I said, are you looking for it? And she said, absolutely. She said, I'm a neurologist and I have a practice and I'm in sales. I'm learning how to sell my practice over the internet. She said, it's different than anything I've ever done before. She said, I've been practicing neurology for years, you know, decades, but now I have to learn how to market and talk to people. And so we had this little conversation. And it was really interesting because CBD came up when it came to anxiety. We were talking about anxiety, and I asked her if she used CBD in her practice. And she said, you know, I'm a little bit unsure about CBD. And I said, oh, what are you unsure of, right? I'm just asking questions, just asking the questions. And she said, well, I just don't know if people actually get results with it. I said, where have you looked? Have you done any research? Have you read anything? Have you gone down the rabbit hole to see if you can find a community of people with, say, 1 million customers that love the product and order it every month, regardless of whether or not, you know, they have any kind of financial remuneration towards it. And she said, God, if that was even possible, I would be interested. I said, well, hey, lady, today's your lucky day. Now we're best friends. Now we exchange phone numbers and we had this great conversation. And we're actually talking tomorrow at 4 o'clock because she wants to know how she can get product into her practice, right? So I think I say all of that to say this, right? Between my day at the craft fair, you know, yesterday and then going back tonight, specifically with a deliberate intention to go collect business cards and make an impression with people who are struggling to pay their bills and struggling to cover the cost of their traveling expenses when they go to these craft fairs and spend all day on their feet and leave with a couple $100, right? You know, we miss so many good opportunities because we're afraid of what other people think. We're afraid of what other people think. So we don't talk to them. We don't ask them enough questions to find out if they may be looking for us just as much as we're looking for them. They may be looking for change. We have to find these things out. If we don't ask, we don't find out. If we don't ask, they don't tell. If we don't ask, we can never show them a better way. And these people are hurting. There's literally billions of people right now hurting in this economy, in this world, in this society. And they're looking for change. They're looking for somebody to show it to them. They're looking for somebody to be a conduit for them, right? To take them from where they are right now to where they want to be, to take them from darkness to light. And the more you light yourself, right, by honoring and respecting and valuing and having self-discipline, by doing the work, not just the prospecting and talking and marketing, marketing and talking to people, but reading the books on success, reading the books on leadership, listening to audios, watching videos, modeling the great leaders around you, right? Learning how to think differently, because your best thinking has you where you are right now. Your best thinking got you where you are right now. So to think more of the same, right? I think it was Albert Einstein that said, it's impossible to solve a problem with the same mindset that created it, right? So if you're just going to do more of the same, thinking that that's the answer, let me tell you, doing more of what's not already working at the level that you're working it at is not going to make it any better. You have to get better for things to change. You have to get better for things to get better. You have to start honoring and respecting and valuing your time differently than you ever have before in order to get the results you came here for. It's a very direct relationship. If you don't honor and respect your time by carving out an hour or two every day to sit down and do what I call deliberate, intentional connecting, right? Where you're prospecting, you're qualifying people, you're interviewing people. It's not an interrogation, it's a conversation. You've got to learn how to reduce the tension and increase the cooperation so that people are interested in you, right? They're more interested in you because you're more interested in them, right? And by you being more interested in them, you become interesting to them, thus making an impression. And so it's not just about asking questions and listening and sending the unspoken message that you're the leader that other people are looking for. It's about making an impression so that they remember you when you call to follow up. So they remember you when you call to give them a quick ring or text them and say, hey, we met yesterday at the craft fair. Hey, we met yesterday at the pool. Hey, we met yesterday over the phone when you called to sell me some telecom services. How many of you switch pitch or reverse recruit these telecom people that call you to sell stuff on the phone? Some of you go, hey, take me off your list. Don't ever call me again. The professional says, hey, how's it going? How's your day going? How's sales today? How's everything? When's your last sale? When did you make the sale last? Right? And you start interviewing them. How long have you been working for AT&T, Sprint, Verizon, or whatever they're selling, right? How long have you been working for this, company that you're trying to raise money for and awareness for, right? Some of you are allowing great people to slip through your fingers. And the reason is because you're not asking questions. You're not learning to interview the people to find out more about them. Instead of being on the defensive, stop trying to spam me, right? When people cold, pitch or message you, ask good questions. Learn how to ask the questions so that these people start sharing with you. And if you are intently listening, they're going to feel that and they'll open up and they'll tell you all their problems. And then when you remind them of what they've told you, it's so much easier to say, hey, when you said just a minute ago that you wish you were making more money, are you doing anything right now to change your situation? What are you doing right now to do that, make more money, right? You have to ask these questions. This is a powerful concept. And when I learned this stuff, Aaron, it changed my entire life because I went from being a very, needy, desperate, pushy, abrasive, confrontational marketer, right, to an easygoing, lighthearted, fun, and enjoyable person to have conversation with. And when I became that person, all my efforts paid off. Everything I was doing started to click. It snapped into place. It worked. And then it became very profitable because I became an enrolling machine and I was bringing people into the business nonstop. Now, last month, and I'll just share this quickly, and I know we got to wrap up here because we're coming in for a long 2-hour home stretch. But, last month I only enrolled 6 people in the business. One person didn't buy anything. One person bought a builder pack, right? So it wasn't a lot of volume. And then I sold 4 executive pro packs, okay? And so, out of the 5 people that bought, I sold 4, 80% of my sales last month were executive pro packs. The previous month, I forget how many I enrolled, but I also had about 80 or 85% of my sales were executive pro packs. Now, does that mean that, I'm not going to get as many duplicating, as a person that brings in more people and has a lower volume per order? No. Typically, for me, when I bring people in at that higher level, it tells me how much belief they have in the business, right? They see, remember, your leads, your contacts, your prospects, they see the business through your eyes. If you have any level of doubt, if you have any level of uncertainty, if you have any level of fear, and you speak out both sides of your mouth, meaning, I want to be successful, but I'm just not sure if I'm good enough. Or I want to be a leader, but I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know if anybody would want to follow me. I want to be on the leaderboard, but I don't think I'm going to do the work to make it happen. Right? If you're speaking out both sides of your mouth, then you're sending a mixed message into the market. And it's very, very obvious because you telegraph that to all the people who you're communicating with, whether it's marketing on the internet, like if you're doing social posting or you're making videos. If there's any kind of fear, uncertainty, or doubt, you are exposed. And you cannot have these concerns if you're going to be successful. So you have to start thinking differently to start achieving differently, right? And so when you believe that this is a business that can change people's lives, and all you're talking about is coming in at the executive pro pack level, right, in the US. Now, if you're not in the US and you can't purchase one of these pro packs, right, or you can't even buy CBD, create a package that you can talk about to your audience. Right? If you're in Canada, for example, right? I have a huge team in Canada. I love my Canadian leaders, like everyone from Brett Kingstree down, Jody and Jeffrey and Nathan and Kendall and Ashley and Jerica and Britt and Tyler. And, I can just talk about Shara. And there's so many amazing leaders on the team, right? And forgive me if I missed anyone, but those are the people on my radar because those are the ones that I communicate with, right? Chats and, lots of interaction on social and masterminds and things like that. But my point is that create a package. I did this with my team in Portugal. I said, listen, if you're going to just sell one bottle, you're going to need 10 times the people to make half the amount of money. So come up with a little package, right? Put a presentation together. Talk about it to your leads, your contacts, and your prospects. Plant the seed of expectation that they're going to get started with a $500 product order or a $600 product order or a $1,000 product order. Why? Because of these things. Number one, they're going to get to try a lot of the products, okay? And that's super important to be a product of the product. Number two, when they have that much extra product, if they have it on hand, they can then retail some of that product to people locally when they jumpstart their business. When they launch their business, they'll be able to carry some bottles in their purse. They'll put some things in their glove box. They'll put some in their backpack. They'll put some in their briefcase. They'll put some in their luggage if they're traveling. They'll put some in their car or in their motorcycle hatch, right? If they have a little spot for storage, right? If you have extra product, you're going to be motivated to talk and sell and get rid of it and get some retail commissions coming back in the form of cash, right? So not only do they experience the product themselves, but they can retail it. That's 1 and 2. Number 3 is that when a person's wallet is in it, their heart is more in it, right? The bigger they play, right, the more they pay for, the more they're going to want to recoup their investment. So their investment in the products, I don't want to say it's an investment because it's not an investment where they just put in money and then a company runs that business that they've invested in, and then it's like an SEC investment, right? It's not that kind of an investment. When I say they've invested in themselves, they've invested in their health. They've invested in their fitness. They've invested in their well-being. They've invested in their mind, their body, their spirit, right? So they make an investment in themselves at a higher level chances are they're going to want to get a faster return on investment. So for me, what I do is I paint the picture. You come in at the top, level, the Executive Pro Pack. It's a one-time $600 plus shipping and whatever tax, if there's tax, right? So you're looking at about $630 or $40 to get this product shipped to you. You get on auto ship and you make simply 3 sales, right, to make 100% of your money back. Can you get 3 sales, right? Can you talk to 3 people that like this and want to make some money and buy some amazing product? So I'm planting the expectation that they're going to succeed. And the ones that take action and do the things that we teach to do are the ones that recoup their initial product investment, and they get in the black. They get all like right out of the gates, they make their money back. And then everything after that is all profit, right? So that's the key, is to sell from the top, because people who see the opportunity, that believe in it the most, that know that they have a huge chance here to change their quality of life, they will pay more to get into the business, because they know they can make the most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the fewest number of people. I'll say it again, shortest, right? The most amount of money in the shortest amount of time with the fewest number of people. And you got to think big and speak big and act big and play big to win big. And when you play big and you speak big and you act big and you show up big and you honor and respect yourself by doing the things that are going to actually grow your business and build your bank account, then people will recognize this, right? They don't just listen to what you say, they watch what you do, how you show up daily, the things you're doing every day in your life, right? If you're just scrolling all day and commenting on every single person's Facebook posts, and you're just showing that you're a time waster, and you're not actually doing business, and you're not deliberately, intentionally focused on showing people how to change their lives, and you're engaging in every single thing that people have posted, and you're getting into long debates and conversations, people don't want to work with people who are time wasters. They want to work with money makers. What do I say? Movers and shakers and pure money makers, right? They want to work with people who are going somewhere. If you're not going somewhere, nobody's going to join you, right? You have to know exactly where you're going, and you have to be on course, or else you're going to wind up, if you leave from New York to land in Los Angeles, you're going to fly across the country, or across the US, and you're 1 degree off, you're going to wind up in Anchorage, Alaska. You're not going to wind up in California. You're going to 1 degree off, you're going to wind up completely different place. I don't know which side I'm flying in from here, because I don't know if this is reversed or not. But that, you get my point. If you're constantly off course by just 1 degree, you're going to wind up in a whole different place than you had intended. So you need to tighten up the reins. You need to tighten up the blinders and focus on deliberate, intentional action. And here's the thing. You don't have to be a leader when you get started. You do not have to lead a team. You don't have to think you have to be like Aaron or Mike Klingler or like Chris or like Flo or like like Becky or anybody or Nikki, right? Nikki Packer, she's such a blast. I love her. You don't have to be like any of us. You just be yourself, but you do have to do like us. You do have to tighten up your blinders, and you do have to focus, and you do have to block out distractions, and you do have to say, okay, I'm sitting down to build my business. What am I going to do to move the needle today? How am I going to increase my success today? What am I going to do that's going to take me out of my comfort zone, and it's going to take me out of my failure zone, and I'm going to make a difference in my life today and in the lives of my family, all the people I know, right? My team, right? Listen, you don't owe anyone anything. The only thing you owe anyone is you owe your enrollees, the people that you bring into the business, you owe them to be the best example of success that you can possibly be, right? Because what you do is what they're going to do. So if you want your people to produce, you have to go first. You take the first step. You take the first arrow. You take the initiative. You be proactive. You be aggressive with your business. You have deliberate, intentional action. You take that action. You don't wait for everyone else. You can't just stand around and direct other people. Hey, you need to prospect. You need to call people. If you're not doing, remember, people will do what you. They won't do what you say. They'll do what you do, right? They will not do what you say. They will do what you do, and you have to lead by example. This is called integrity, and some of you are really dropping the ball right now. Literally, some of you are really dropping the ball big time. And I hope that a lot of my team is watching this, apart from the whole power team. But my personals, some of them are in this exact same boat. I speak from experience. You see, I have zero attachment because I'm not waiting for them, and I don't depend on them or their complacency to get me to the level of success I came here for, right? I'm focused on bringing new people on board every single month. I'm focused on working with those who are focused on working on their businesses. So I don't need these people, but we want to show them what's possible. So I stay in action. I stay in motion. I continually talk about coming in at the Executive Pro Pack. I talk about having $200 bills fly into my bank account, and that other people can have $200 bills flying into their bank account when they sell these top packages. And that's how I did it last month, Aaron. I didn't bring a lot of people in because I was working with so much on my team. I was working with my team, and I have, this is a part-time business for me. So I was able to bring in 5 people with product, 4 that came in with the Pro Pack. And I made the leaderboard again for, I think, the 3rd or 4th month in a row. And I'll be back up there again this month as well. So that's all I have for you guys. I hope that made some dollars for you, not just cents, but dollars, and lots of dollars, because this is how I've built my whole career over the last 25 years. Aaron, you've been, part of my life for a long time. We've known each other over 2 decades. And I have been telling the same story for the last year as I've told for the last 20 years. And this is how we do it. It's the only way to succeed in the industry. I don't care how you market or what side of the boat you hang your fishing rods off of. You have to learn how to prospect, connect, talk to people, market, and ask for the sales. And that's how you'll get your business going.
Boom! Aaron Rashkin dropping bombs. That's what I'm talking about. The biggest thing I'm going to say, because we got to close this out right now, is the Executive Pro Pack. It's such a great reminder. I love what you talked about and the value that you put on the Executive Pro Pack, because the reason why we call it the Pro Pack, there's now 2 executive packs, which, FYI, either pack still promotes the affiliate to executive. There's no difference. They still get paid the same, but there's still a lot of value and a lot of incentive for them to get the Executive Pro Pack. Like Aaron Rashkin said, that's the $600 pack, because for all the reasons that he said. You want more product. You want to be able to give, sample, sell more product, become a product of the product. Bottom line is, the more that you are investing in this business, the more serious you're going to be. So all the stuff that you said was huge. I love it. And guys, we want you to make more money. Every Executive Pro Pack that you refer, you make $200. So you heard what Aaron said. You want $200 flying into your bank account. This is the way to go. Lead with that. And there's a confidence of expectation, just like Aaron said. When I am connecting and prospecting and I'm chatting with someone and they're like, well, what does it take to get started? $600. I mean, and actually I say it's only $600.
Yep.
Because we've all been in businesses, many of us, where it was $1,200, $1,500, $2,500, $5,000, $10,000. So for me, the posture of only $600 is nothing.
Yeah.
And I don't care how broke people are, you can find $600. Like anytime somebody says, well, money's tight, all of these things, I totally understand. I get it. But let me just open your mind to the possibilities, because if it was only $600 and you could double, triple, quadruple that in your first 30 days, is there any question about whether you'd get started? Of course not. I'm ready. Let's go. Boom. There you go. So put the value on it. People are going to do what you are leading them to do. And this is what you want to lead them to do, because we want to set them up for success. That's exactly what the Executive Pro Pack is going to do. Christopher has been paid $12,000. I paid $12,000, right? So Chris paid $12,000 to join a business. I've paid 2,500, 5,000. So only 600 is nothing. It's unbelievable. Aaron, you're the man. Thank you for your time. Incredible value. We appreciate you for all of the just value, tremendous value that you just shared with the team. So Aaron, thank you once again, my friend.
Thanks for having me out, bro.
All righty, guys, don't go anywhere. I'm going to close this out really quick with something, but first I just have a question. If you got value from this training, do us a favor. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, click like, drop a like if you haven't already done so, and let us know, what did you like best? Take a minute, drop a comment, share with us what did you like best from the training, and what actions are you going to take after watching this training. Also, we got some big news. I'm going to give you guys some big news right now. I want to make sure that none of you guys miss this, so be sure to get ready to take a picture right now. This is big, 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 big. This is happening on July 18th. So everyone, write this down, take a picture, do something. July 18th, that is this Saturday. This Saturday, we've got another massive road show. I'm not going to go into a whole thing on promoting for this because we're going to do that in a couple days. So stay close. But you want to promote big for this, guys. Seriously, this is going to be big. The website is right there. It's mdcvirtualevent.com. That is where you want to go to register. Yes, you can have prospects attend. I would highly recommend that you have prospects attend. The biggest suggestion or tip that I would give you when you have prospects attend this is don't just blast the link, mdcvirtualevent.com. Don't blast it everywhere. That's a mistake. You want to have a list of names of people that you know who you've invited who are going to be attending so that you can follow up with them. And so if you're posting stuff all over Facebook about this, which you can do, you want to have people comment or message you for access to this launch event. And that way you can send them the link privately and you can be building your list of people that you know who are going to be attending live. So you want to promote like crazy for this event. Ashley's already registered. And so that's tip number one. The second tip I'll give. Tip number one was make your list. Tip number two for this event is to have a lot of people there. Okay, that's it. Is have a list of who's going to be there and make sure they are there, because I can tell you this, on July 18th, Josh is going to be doing, and Jenna, a presentation. It starts with a presentation at 10 a.m. Pacific. That's 10, 11, 12, 1 p.m. Eastern. The first part is a presentation. It's going to be powerful. You don't want to miss it. Get as many people to attend that presentation as possible. And then there's going to be announcements, big announcements that are going to blow you away. So you've got to be there live. Get as many people as you can. I'm just going to leave you with this. The person who has the most people watching this is going to win. If you want your business in July to explode, then you want to have every affiliate on your team watching this, and you want to have as many prospects as possible watching this. So that is your mission. You've got until this Saturday to blow this thing up. And the leaderboard, you can see here, this is the July leaderboard, guys. The July leaderboard promotion, you guys should all be familiar with this. You can go to mydailychoice.com. You have to log into your back office. And right here, you click on leaderboard. This updates. I don't know if it's real time, but it updates frequently all throughout the day. Josh is giving away $50,000 this month. Somebody's going to win $10,000. So the leaderboard is heating up. It's getting crazy. And just really quick, again, this can update and change at any time. Huge congrats. Really quick, some names I'm just jumping out here. Kathleen Gregory is on the leaderboard. Woo! Give it up, guys. Drop some comments. Kathleen Gregory is on the leaderboard right now. Mike Klinginger is on the leaderboard right now. Woo! I also see Shara. What's up, Shara from Canada is on the leaderboard. Give it up for Shara. Woo! Congratulations. I see Phyllis Klein on the leaderboard. Yeah, Phyllis. Woo! Congratulations. I see Annette. What's up? Annette is on the leaderboard. Woo! So, guys, I'm not going to go through the whole thing because I'm sure I'm going to miss some people. All up, you know what I'm going to see? I see some more. Colleen Skillman. Congratulations, Colleen. Woo! I also see Becky Lebrecht. Woo! Congratulations, you guys are awesome. So just snap, Nathan and Kendall are on the leaderboard from Canada. Look at these top leaders leading by example. Woo! Congratulations, guys. So this leaderboard for July is going to get crazy. And I'm not going to be giving you details on this video, but those of you on the power team, you know, we've got something special. And when you get in the top 25, you're getting big bonus money from Josh. But as long as you're in the top 100 on the power team, you're going to get a special gift from me. If you don't know what that is, get in the power team group, click on announcements, get all the details. You just get in the top 100, and I'm going to be mailing you a special gift. And that gift is very shiny, and it's very valuable. What? I'm excited. That's for July only. This will not be going into August. So timing is critical. Putting the pressure on. Get excited. Go for it. That leaderboard is available to you in your back office. And I want to give everybody a warning because this happened last month. If you're at the bottom of the leaderboard towards the end of the month and it's the last day and it's like 10 p.m. on the last day of the month and you're like, I'm on the leaderboard, woo! But you're towards the bottom, that doesn't mean you're going to make it because it keeps updating. And it's not like final official until like midnight Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern. So if you're towards the bottom of the leaderboard at the end of the month and you're trying to get in the top 100, you got to keep going, move your way up, get it as high as you can, because when the leaderboard is official and it's a final leaderboard, that's the list. That's going to be the names that will win a special gift from us, a shiny special gift for July only. So who's going for the leaderboard? If you're going for it, drop a comment, make some noise. Thanks for being here. Appreciate your time. This is going to be an insane month. And right now, in the middle of the month, the middle of July, right now is when you want to put the pedal to the metal. One of the biggest things that happens, I see it every month, at the end of the month, the last like few days, people start freaking out, going crazy, producing, signing up a lot of people. And the amount of volume and the amount of production that people do in the last like 2 days of the month. Imagine if you put that much energy now. You've still got 2.5 weeks in the month. You can create so much momentum and sign up so many people if you'll just take the action now, every day. So let's blow up this month. We're so excited for all of you guys that are crushing it. By the way, last thing, so get subscribed. If you're on YouTube, click subscribe, click the bell, because we're going to continue to put out more training, more stuff you don't want to miss. Those of you on Facebook, make sure that you tag your team in the comments so they can watch the recording of this. Stay close to the group, guys. We've got a lot of exciting training coming that you do not want to miss. We'll see you on the next training. Good night, guys.